Today, my deck is slimmer, 77 cards only. Vexing Bauble is in the main deck, only 3 Preordains. Catcher Triumph has been cut. Only 3 dismembers total. 3 Fire Magic with a Stomping Ground in the sideboard. Pithing Needle, 2 for Collector Ouphe. Toxic Titan body image, exactly, Mlex. Yeah, that's like kinda... That's it, right? The toxic expectations put on us by society. Opponent has been seen 13 days ago playing Murktide. Society tells us that you have to be slim, otherwise you are clearly inferior. And that's how Titan feels. If we're up against Murktide, then turn 1 Dryad Arbor into turn 2 Saga seems the best. Maybe turn 1 Amulet, but an extra green land in play, green producing land for the Scapeshift is also just valuable against all opponents in this hand, so I think I'll just play it. Because we're gonna need to find the second green somehow. Or I could keep Vestige as the first green, but then I still have to get the second green somehow, so it makes the most sense for me to GSZ for Arbor turn 1. Helps with extra mana to just make constructs on turn 3 as well. Would be nice to play Urza Saga into Dryad Arbor, but that is not possible. I guess if opponent went turn 1 Yavimaya, then perhaps. But I'm on the play, so that doesn't work. You like frog indeed. It is funny that on Goldfish the frog decks are called Murktide decks, while clearly like the frog part of them is so much more important, right? So why the disconnect in the name? Fatal Push, perhaps considering between Fatal Push and Thoughtseize? Given the pause. The goal, draw a bounce land, make constructs. Okay, I like pass. Much better than going frog. I wish I had an extra land to play. That's fine. Would be just good to play something that's not Saga. Oh no, they play Esper, so they're gonna play the stupid pest control card. Oh, this is something else entirely. We're warping Quantum Rizzler, but with black up, not with white up. So it's just Esper with frog. Kinda odd to leave black up.
He's a phenomenal.
Just want to push my construct.
Player.
Indeed.
Just 2 mana, draw a card, keep up black. Quantum Rizzler bros, this is so true. Surprise stream. Are you surprised? It's been pretty common to stream those challenges for me lately. But I guess if you're surprised, then good. This is interesting. Do I think my opponent is playing cards like Spellsnare in their deck? Like how blue are they? with Float Farm Verge, but also all lands are blue. I think I'll just cast Explore and play the Lotus Field. It's 8 AM in Poland. This is an 8 AM challenge. Alright, Canister wins the game, so I'm not entirely sure what is happening here. Holy shit, welcome raiders. From one challenge to another. Dingo finished his top 8 run, so viewers coming this
He's
way.
a phenomenal control player.
Well, congrats on top 8ing, Dingo. Good job. I've seen you were playing something that was blue and white, but I did not really understand. So I assume you had no energy to play 8 AM challenge after 3 AM challenge. Well, wasted testing. They play Riddler, they play Frog. They played blue, blue, blue lands. I don't know, chat. Is this like just Esper or not? I'll bring in 2 disputes because I'm not sure. Am I playing in a showcase challenge? Unfortunately not. I'm skipping that one because I'm going to a family event today instead. So I'll just save my QPs to play the LCQs anyways. Probably a better deal anyways. I don't know, I'll just bring 3 Dismember to dispute. I don't know what my opponent is on exactly. If they are on full Frog, I'll sideboard appropriately for the next game. Or full Esper, because the ways I would like to sideboard are different. Maybe the platform verse should just tell me, but I don't know. I don't have that level of confidence in me. This hand seems pretty bad. This is alright. Pullback Otawara or fetch? More likely to be wanting to fetch a Survel to fix my hand. Swamp? Fotsies. That explains nothing. Interesting choice. Does Arbor help here? A little bit. Emperor of Boners. Okay, so the Analyst angle is gone. That's a bit sad. But it also reveals to me what kind of a deck my opponent is playing. Fully. So I guess for game 3 we can sideboard appropriately. Just to have fewer cards in my deck. And block. 3 cards in hand only. Wrath of the Skies, bro. That's unkind. Get to keep Minstrel as well, at least. Wrath of the Skies. Oh no, they will reanimate my Dryad Arbor. Life is brutal. Catch a Mouse, okay, makes sense. Order Lul. Draw last. Or even don't draw at all. Understandable. Was thinking if I can cast anything. I don't think so. Analyst being gone is a bit annoying. A bit problematic, but I think solvable mostly if they are on low cards, although they will draw an extra one with Emperor now. Let the past die so the future might live. Are you down? They can draw another card by maybe reanimating something with Ketchamos. Currently exile is only 2 cards, so Ketchamos cannot attack. Kept on top. -1 card. I take 2 damage. Dryad into a Wrath of the Sky stack is a bit bad, I guess. Ketchamos still cannot attack or block. Interesting.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Hi.
I guess drawing an Amulet would be awesome. Maybe Villain has Solitude and they're thinking of using it to cycle and enable Ketchamos. Maybe not. Growth Chamber is of no help. I don't think it actually helps at all. I think I want to draw Grazer, Amulet, Titan. Just hope that they don't have Solitude, most likely. Mystical Dispute, awesome draw. JK, actually pretty bad. Nice card to bring in, by the way. But that puts me in a rough spot. I don't know if I have any meaningful moves now. Or just try to top deck Amulet again. If I want to win. I think I'll have to go that route. Could have went Bounce Land. GSZ for Grazer, put Hedge Maze into play again, Surveil. At which point I guess I have to dispute up for an Ashok or Frog. And they... yeah. It doesn't seem so great. Solitude. Because, like, yes, I would be a bounce land away or a vestige away from summoning a Titan, but I think that would be kind of weak. Exile Solitude, then replay it. One, 2, 3, 4, 8, 11, 14. That's exactly lethal. Okay. Does anyone know whether you can qualify for the RC through MTGO? You actually can. It's pretty hard. But there was a limited qualifier happening. It might still be happening, honestly. Might still be not finished. It started at 11 PM yesterday. But it was a 450 person tournament or something. So qualifying through that is a little bit hard. A little bit challenging if you ask me. Alright, opponent boarding in Wrath of the Skies. Let's trim 2 sagas. Okay, just 1 saga because we can't do much more trimming. Submit. Seems like a keep. It's not a great hand, but I'm happy keeping that. Maybe not happy, I'm not unhappy. It's good against Thoughtseize. Last round of Spheres, yeah. Yeah, those tournaments are grueling. Bottom both. Just one lands. Map. Alright, I'll copy my Hedge Maze. To play Spelunking next turn. Hopefully draw more mana. Could also play Shax. We'll see what they do. Frogster. How has Sex been? Sex is very nice. For sure. Is it actually one invite for a 50-player tournament? I think it's like 4 invites. If it's equal. Well, it's 4 or 2. It's a qualifier, so it's 2 invites. So it's way easier to win a 17-person RCQ in your home country or whatnot, but I think I should Spelunking this turn. Rather than Sex. Sex is a 1/1 if I get solid to that. I'll pass. The map needs not to be in play. Keep up Dismember if my opponent discards a card to Frog. Then they have to just ditch a bunch of cards. Okay, so now they need to discard 4 cards to make the Frog survive. At which point they do draw a card, and they have 1 random card in hand. Seems good to me. However, the entry is free. Yeah, it is kind of free, so that's an upside. Boseiju seems like a bad draw. So if they discard all 4 cards, they get to hit me for 1 and draw a card. Otherwise, their Frog just died. They discarded for no upside. So hopefully no Ashiok. Emperor of Boners, that's fine. Can I get an Analyst back? Not really. So I might get Consigned, but that's fine. Consign plus Solitude means they have no cards. What else do you stream on? Just which? Yes, we have 77 cards in the deck today. I cut free from the Fat Titan deck. I was able to reduce its body fat percentage slightly. Will you consign? As expected. Reap Yorion. Yeah, we don't fit the Yorion criteria anymore, so we can't even like say we are sad. The Minstrel still made the cut. It's kind of the point of playing more cards is to play Minstrel and not draw it, which is not always successful. We still have trouble evaluating whether Minstrel is worth it or not, even in a bigger deck. It definitely had moments where it was pretty impressive, but it also had moments where it was pretty bad. So, upsides and downsides. But I kind of mostly do this to play a little bit more with Dryad Arbor and Minstrel. Get more reps with those cards, which I never had too many, I guess. Lumina worth a consideration, or is the second Analyst effect even worth the thought? I think it mostly isn't. Like Scapeshift, like you just play Scapeshifts over more Analyst effects. It's kind of the same card. The deck really only ran 2, both Analyst effects when it just kind of assembled the Analyst loop manually. Oh, opponent scoped. Okay. Seems like a keep. I'll Grazer turn 1 to Spelunking on turn 2. Tolaria West doesn't quite count for Scapeshift, so it's a bit awkward, but it's fine. Well, I mean, if it's a Merc type deck, it's not fine. Watery Grave, What sees me? Sad. So I would like to preordain for a Saga, I guess. Okay, okay. Good draw. Hello Canister, not
He's
to
a
brag, but I
phenomenal
won 3
control
collector
player.
boxes in 6 tries.
Yeah.
Do you feel good about yourself posting this? Because it's like, you know, coming to anonymous alcoholics meetings and saying, oh, I love drinking wine and gin with tonic, it's so good. At least that's how I feel after my last Final Fantasy fiasco. What fiasco? Well, I played a shit ton and I lost a bunch of money. Actually, no, like, I won a few boxes and then I did not stop playing. Also, like, they always just fuck around with the boxes and take ages to ship, and I kinda just don't really love the opens. Did I receive the boxes I won from the Final Fantasy one? Not yet. I did place the order a few days ago, so should be the case soon. This is kind of horrible, but I can't really Scapeshift into 2 open mana. That's rough. Clang over using the clue. Well, that makes sense. Now we have to block because of Kaito. In 10 years there will be a Netflix documentary about them. About Arena Directs. I don't know, I don't think so, but maybe. I'm not really achieving anything. I mean, I'm gonna make 2 more constructs, so maybe that's not nothing, but opponent is drawing 2 cards per turn with the clues, so it's gonna be hard to overpower them this way. Not that I really have any moves. Alright, fatal pushes and constructs, just to be comfy. For that plan to work, I would have needed my opponent to never draw any fatal pushes, which is a tough sell. I mean, this is so bad, like, if I don't play my spells, but if I play my spells, it's really bad as well. Seems like a game I lose. Gonna get Vexing Bauble and then die. Rockster. Well played. Alright, maybe they can get baited. Pro playing around Pithing Needle. Come on, discard more. Please counter the Scapeshift. That's my hope. Would be a good spot for Cavern of Souls main deck. Would actually be game changing. Yes, 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 yes. I think we're doing it. Let's get 4 bounce lands. But Titan got off its diet for Cavern of Souls 78 card. Yeah. Cavern of Souls can't fit that. There's no way.
He's a phenomenal
Maybe Mirror Pool is
control
better
player.
Halfway.
than that. Maybe Mirror Pool over the last bounce land. So I can Mirror Pool the Cultivator Colossus. It's probably better, right? I have a colorless floating. 3 lands in hand. Yeah. Really nice that my opponent just counterspell the Scapeshift. Like, it is legitimately a hard decision for them if I have Cavern in my deck, which I guess they can't really know unless they would know for some reason, but just very nice for me. Will they be able to kill my Colossus for 1 mana? Shouldn't be the case. Into the Floodmaw, okay. Probably not a card that a Frog deck has ever played in history of Modern. Although maybe I'm wrong. Also, Yahikon, thank you very much for your sub. Spell snare, okay. My spell has been snared. What can I say? Main deck Vexing Bauble, probably kinda helping, maybe it's irrelevant. It gives me the peace of mind though. Good morning, Yahikoi. Welcome to the Kani stream. Time to bring my sideboard cards. Why Fat Titan today? I've been playing Fat Titan just every time, I guess. Don't need Minstrel against Frog because my amulets are not gonna die against a blue-black deck. Is Cavern Warp a sideboard slot? Not really. Cavern is also way better game 1 than it is post-board, so if you play Cavern, you should play it sideboard main deck, I think. Wait, wasn't Titan bad against Frog? Well, it is. Sometimes you win bad matchups. We'll keep. So Cavern of Souls is mostly useful game 1. And mostly in spots where you resolve a Scapeshift, like what just happened in our game. Let's play around Scapeshift. Not Scapeshift, around Consign. Give them a surveil this way, but that's fine. And certainly Titan is pretty bad against Frog. But like, you know, you can just win. Our opponent also kind of bricked. They did draw 2 extra Tamios, which was a bit bad for them. I'm not sure if I would say they bricked, but I guess maybe. Bounce Forest next turn, just try to go for combo of Dispute. The combo, by which I mean just summoning a Titan. Hello. Can I bounce back my Forest? I think my opponent mostly like, well, if they held the counter spell and they did not counter the Scapeshift, then I could never overcome them. Hello. I restart Magic Online. And also with Cavern of Souls, I sometimes play it, but you just rarely end up playing against enough Frog to justify it, so it's kind of just tough. Because Cavern is a bad land against everyone. Just this. Bro, what the heck? No dots, I guess my connection problem. Alright, Forest back. Oof. Are you Kaiba or Yugi? I like to imagine myself as Kaiba, but I'm actually Joey Wheeler. At best, so I'll say Kaiba, but we all know how it is. Kaito Bane of Nightmares, no, niezły. 2 disputes. 1, 2, 3. Plus 6, 9. Whoa, that's a crazy good draw. Unless they consign, then it's not. Opponent just plays around the needle all the time. Alright. There are things I can lose to, but good odds of not losing. Foolish opponent, I superglued your cards together while I fought seized you. You fell for the oldest trick in the book. Phone of Negation for mana. It's a good sign. Foolish, poor lost mage. Your feet are on land, yet you are in over your head, aren't you? Poor lost mage. Any poor lost mages in the chat? GG's, I was the polluted delta. You played your part. Can't go for the full analyst loop, so I'll just attack with 2 titans and have 3 titans in play, and I'll be happy with that. But because of the Lotus Field being already here, right, it doesn't quite work. Let me count to make sure. Maybe it does. 3 mana floating. Coin Deeps and well, Lotus Field. No, there's no more Lotus Fields. No, Coin Deeps and Vesuva. Echoing Deeps and Vesuva. I produce 7, spend 5. I have 2 floating, then I get... No, it's fine. Cave, 18 damage line. I don't even know what that means. We can just go for Analyst. Although Cave, 18 damage line. Let's try to do that, sounds cool. Coin Deeps Vesuva. And then I'll have mana floating and I just need to use the cave to get... Well, Vesuva is gone. Do normal Analyst line. Well, when I have Analyst, then I already have everything, so... Coin Deeps Vesuva, but then we need to use Vesuva, so it doesn't quite work. Let's just get Analyst. Yeah, but I can't, like, a Lotus Field is in play, I can't get Vesuva later. If I get a Lotus Field now, and I will not have enough mana. You know what, I'll just haste 2 Titans, because then I cannot lose even to bad plays by my opponent. Which is convenient. Like, assuming they would just hold cards for no reason, like 2 subtleties. Which they obviously don't have because they would have subtletied my Titan, but... You know, the lingering doubt is always there. What if? This deck is really hard to play. I mean, here, I'm not really in a tough spot at all. Like, I can do anything, so I'm just fucking around and saying I will do things. But it's actually the opposite of hard right now on this turn. But I guess it is complicated. Bounceland Otawara would be 6 mana. Then I can just, I guess, replay a Titan for the lulz. But then if they have 2 subtleties, I give them the opportunity to interact, so... Alright. Piłwódzki dużo. Then who? Ooh. I guess I'm not playing around Force of Despair. Sad. Już woda, czy jeszcze piwerko? Wojownicy wody. Marszałek pił wódki dużo. Uj. I am not playing the showcase today, so I will not be streaming it because of that, I guess. Good morning, Bobsie. I'll be using my QPs to grind the LCQs instead. It's kind of easier to qualify through LCQs than it is to qualify through the showcase, really. Anyways. Harbinger of Disease. I dispute. Well, dispute was awesome this match, I guess. I guess I'll keep 2 amulets. Who is gonna mulligan that? 1 on 5. Is Polish hard to learn? I mean, it was pretty easy for me, but I was just a baby when I began, so that's kind of unfair to compare. Arid Mesa Pass, is that just energy or some kind of a tricky deck? Tricky deck. But, I mean, allegedly, according to some internet memes I have read upon, it's a pretty hard language to learn. Okay, Slickshot Shop makes sense. Well, I am in danger. Should have played a Vexing Bauble. Drawing TOS is pretty nice, actually. If you speak another Slavic language, then probably easier. Yeah, I guess that's true. But if we Google... Let's hope I don't die. I shouldn't die, they only have 3 cards in hand. Is Polish a hard language to learn? So, the AI Google function says, yes, Polish is generally considered a difficult language to learn, particularly for native English speakers. It is often classified as a category IV language by the Foreign Service Institute. Is Polish really that hard to learn? It's a challenging language, the grammar specifically, but it's not impossible. There are concepts in Polish that just don't exist in English. Which I guess is kind of hard to learn, like when you've been thinking in English the entire life, then you just kind of don't have the concept. True Dryad Arbor. I think we are winning with the Scapeshift. You don't have a definitive article. You would say turn on computer, not turn on the computer. Yeah. Which I don't know if it's that hard, but that is an example. Which is, I guess, why many Poles who learn English struggle with the concept of using the. They kind of don't overuse it or don't use it enough. Because it's kind of tricky, like you kind of don't know what to do with it. Because you just wouldn't say such a word in Polish, so you're like, yeah, these nuts, right? And no, it is not these nuts, actually. So I guess if you hear a Polish person who's speaking English poorly, they will often overuse the or underuse it. So these nuts in Polish is just nuts, yeah. Kind of crazy, I know. Opponent scoops. Should I bring fire magic against prowess? I think Dryad Arbor seems really poor. Into the Lava Dart deck. Minstrel, too slow. Colossus, 2 bar versus Consign. Vexing Bauble doesn't do enough. Which I guess makes me put those in there. Alternative being Dismember, which is, you know, you lose life points and to kill a monster and they lose life points as well. Sex kind of bad as well. The GSZ target's kind of bad in this deck, you kind of want to be streamlined. Maybe I keep Arbor. Just accept that it's gonna get darted. Or keep Colossus. Or keep Vexing Bauble. Sounds bad. What's more likely to be relevant, Sex or Dryad Arbor? I think it might be Sex, actually. Kind of boarding the sweepers because I think the cards I board out are bad in this matchup rather than any other reason, but this is a keep, I think. Of course, can die to a single consign, but maybe I will not. DRC. Why are you playing Yorion-less Amulet Titan? It's because Yorion is banned. And it's to draw 2-turn targets less often and draw better hands overall, which kinda is true. Show off. Okay. We can fire magic next turn. Tap to attack. Cardboard crack. Crack another pack. Hopefully my opponent cannot get Delirium. Tough decision here. Do I keep Saga in play? Think so. Yeah, I guess not that tough. It makes so much more sense to keep Saga in play than to bounce it back. Firaga. Sorry, Fira. They have consigned they will likely use it on the Saga anyways. So I'll kinda know. Just keep casting Spelunking until something happens. How do I best play around Consign? Given my hand. Probably by getting Analyst. On tap now to not give them an opportunity to consign. Probably should get Echoing Deeps to play around Surgical as well. Would be better. So I get Surgical now. Or I did not. Seems like nothing mattered. Do I think this version of Titan is better than 60 card? Also, what's the changes from the challenge top 8? You can check my deck list under my deck list link. I made Raider on my own channel. But I had a Preordain and swapped some lands around.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Those were the main changes. And I don't necessarily think it's better. I'm just experimenting. I'm just experimenting. Like, it's pretty hard to, you know, say with a confident face that, oh, that silly idea is like a better way to play Titan, but I think it has meaningful upsides and it's easy to like not take seriously or be unconvinced or make fun of. But I think it actually has meaningful upsides. Right. Cancer wins the match. It's not a great hand. I'll keep though. Congrats for making 12 wins in Hearthstone Arena, that's very nice. Very thoughtful. Hand probably playable, but also reminding you are able to mulligan. It's tough, yeah. Tough choice. Keep a bad 7 or move to a good 6. Which way? Flooded Strand. Do I want Dryad Arbor? I might. With constructs? "69 cards in my deck. My deck is specifically designed to be at 69 cards after my first draw step, by the way. This is deck building in 2025. You've got to prioritize things. Not if you mulligan, yeah. Well, it's also optimized not to mulligan. I preordain, okay. Suckers these nuts, what does that even mean? Fatal push the Dryad Arbor, bro just got so baited. Now I'll make constructs. Bro just got so baited, makes a 2-2. No, it's gonna be a 4-4. 2 4-4s. Scapeshift. Coin deeps, that's good. I mean, I don't know, like I have 2 5/5s, my opponent is at 10. I would say that their fatal push, you know, I wish they had that. How can this wizard even beat Saga, get map, get another Saga? See, that play is not as good because I have to sacrifice an artifact to get there. Nihil Spellbomb, okay. Nihil Novi. Oh, Heistland. I did not even think of that. But, I mean, it doesn't make sense to haste now. I can haste next turn, though. That's gonna be relevant. Entire Murktide deck versus one land. What legacy land would you play if it were Modern Titan legal? Wasteland? No, I wouldn't play Titan then. Gaia's Cradle? Not really. Alright, bro just died to Constructs. Constructs carried. Always nice to get a game 1 win. Tabernacle? I would play Tabernacle. Dark Depths? I probably would play Dark Depths. Field of the Dead? I would play that. Would I play Planar Nexus with something? I guess it's only good with Urza's Tower, right? That's the only combo that's worthwhile. Crystal Valley? I don't know that one. Doesn't exist, so... There was also the Lotus Valley. Valley? No. Lotus Vale. This was Lotus Field, but shit. Still costs 40 bucks. I guess that's because it's reserved list. Crystal Vein. I mean, Crystal Vein doesn't seem particularly great, frankly. This has to be mulliganed. It's too bad. This is okay. City of Traitors. City of Traitors sounds pretty horrible. Ancient Tomb less so, but kinda bad. Put Counterspell into the graveyard. Interesting. Maybe looking for land number 2 or just has Counterspell ready once a threat. Takes Explore, plays a land, okay. I'll play Amulet. Talon Gates? Talon Gates would be alright. Why not play Vestige first? Ideally, I hold up Dispute on my opponent's turn. I wouldn't dispute a Consign. So if my opponent doesn't have Consign, I just play my Amulet and I hold up my Dispute. But if they hit my Amulet, I let it happen and don't care. Unfortunately, disaster happened and my opponent is summoning Murktide. A 7/7 Murktide now, so this just went really badly. They had the Thoughtseize for Dispute anyway, so I guess I was screwed. Can draw Otawara to save myself. Or Grazer. Yeah, Modern so fun. Well, because I lost the game? Or I'm about to? It's fine, chat. Also, I can just, I don't know, draw... Well, if I draw Titan, I probably get counterspell, but if I draw Tawara... Oh, dupa. Not good. Because you lost turn 3 with opponent having double interaction. Well, I drew badly, they had interaction, I lost, yes. I mean, I don't know. This doesn't seem particularly modern specific. More so than MTG specific. We are saved. Did we lose though? Well, most likely, but I did top the Gotawara, so we're back in it. Sort of. I have Shifting Woodland, so... Am I winning? Well... Gassed. Top. Outplayed, sort of. Merktide is in Dismember range still. Would like to dismember the Tamio, but doesn't seem wise. Because then I can Dotawara the Merktide, which is gonna be lethal. Can't believe what WTC did not make Tamiya 04. True, I can't believe that as well. You remember playing a silly mono blue deck in Standard and Edergast was the only out to Shifting Ceratops. Shifting Ceratops was incredibly bad, but some people played it still, and against actual mono blue it was kind of crazy. Kind of an intense one. Does he have a way to interact with my Titan? Maybe Sync. Just replay the land then. Dress down. Could be worse. I think I should play the Crumbling Vestige. Frankly. Dismember the Cheater. So there's a Merktide in my opponent's hand. Should dismember is stopping for now because there's only this many spells. Only 2 spells, so Merktide is 5/5, so I can dismember it. Have you ever had opponents join the chat and try to feed bad lines to you? Maybe. They don't know about dismember, do they? Well, it's not been revealed to my opponent in game, yeah. But they do know about the No, they've seen it with Fotsis actually. They've seen it, like, it was revealed with the first 2 Fotsises. I guess it would be really hard to tell them from organic bad lines. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I never thought of that, but honestly, maybe. That is kind of interesting. Though. I think you should concede. Interesting. Dobra, kurwa, tam chuj ci w dupę i na imię. I cast Pitch Spell. Bro, to play with a Pitch Spell. Impressive stuff, like really. Wow. Awe-inspiring. I put card on the stack, I pay mana, I cast Pitch Spell. What did he pitch? Merktide, Regent, cool. Enable Lolo, mods. Do it. What was even the emote website name? Frankerface, no, 7TV? 7TV, I think. Seems like a keep. Maybe we should play a deck that does not lose to a single counter spell. Well, if the goal was to beat Soko's 13 on Merktide, then yes, but... Yeah, but BDTV is like a third party thing, and I don't know. So true. It's like a third party thing. I Fatsies. Okay. Took Dismember. Scapeshift, Primeval Titan, Simic, Grove, Chamber. I push Analyst. Okay. I summon Sex. I Force of Negation. Bro, no. Very hateful list. Dress down, subtlety. What is it, 2 years ago? Frog. Cameo. Let Tamio live. In case of Heartbringer. And it's 2 mana to draw a card anyways, so... Okay. Oh. I think we got it, chat. I get Shifting Woodland, Urza Scaphe, and Crumbling Vestige. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Holy shit, he just scooped. It worked. It's a loop, by the way. Well, thank you, Circus. Probably mulligan, though. Arbor in hand and... yeah, mulligan. Nah, kurva much. That's... wow. 7 cards Dryad Arbor, 6 cards Dryad Arbor. Might be a keep, honestly. Put back Titan. That's a rough hand, but... Seacrom Coast. Ghost Vacuum main deck. Curious. That's the song. Yes, Macherix. That is it. Main deck Vacuum, kinda crazy. -4 life, unfortunately. Can't combo on low resources through Vacuum. But after playing with Fat Titan, GSZ is kinda bad when there is no Arbor, but I guess if energy is not the overwhelmingly most popular deck, then Dryad Arbor seems pretty good. I think it's pretty bad against energy, especially if the plan against energy is to sweep, but besides that, it's kinda alright. They get the might. I need another amulet, and then I need to beat Ghost Vacuum. Well, can I draw amulet now? Or Spelunking? They just tapped it, sorcery speed. Oh, that works. Artifact PS seems like a bad matchup. Not necessarily. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm comboing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the very least, I make infinite Dryad Arbors. Or Grazers. Which is not the most convenient on Magic Online, but... One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Oh no, does it actually work? Does that not work because of the... I don't have anything to put back with the Grazer. It doesn't actually work. Echoing Deeps was in the graveyard as well, so I couldn't. There was no way. If Echoing Deeps was in the deck, then instead of this Lotus Field, I get Echoing Deeps and I copy Chamber. Bounce, then I Grazer in the Echoing Deeps as Lotus Field to get exactly to 9. But with Deeps gone, just kind of died. So Minstrel was short, actually. A little bit unlucky, I guess you could say. Artifact PS seems like a bad matchup. I actually disagree. I think it's a good matchup. With more cards in the deck, you can decrease the odds of drawing those combo pieces. I know, yeah, that's what I'm doing. The tricky part is that I don't know what exactly is in my opponent's deck, so I don't know how to sideboard. If I want dismembers or not, because they might be playing Harbinger. Let's bring in like 2 dismembers. Vexing Bauble is kinda okay to draw. That's it. You had understood this deck was highly dependent on drawing Amulets, Spelunking or Urza Saga. Is the addition of extra cards helping this? Well, that is part of the strategy, but that's not all of it. So I guess adding cards does not help with having an Amulet effect. If tomorrow Modern RC, what Amulet list would you play? I would play Fat. Can you tell the guy in Discord that? No. I forgot. But that's like also... That question was asked 2 days ago. Alright, I guess I'll answer. One mulligans to 5. We can deny them the knowledge. But also, I don't care. Actually, you can know. 3-2, the rounds I lost was to mulligan to 5. Discuss. Tough life, bro. Emery. Can I draw Scapeshift? No, you play 77 cards, you can't draw shit. Okay, okay, I see, I know. It's annoying. Funny how people say these things but never talk about opponents' mulligans, true. Hi Canister, I have a modern RC at the end of October. I don't play modern or MTGO. Should I ever try to learn Amulet Titan? Sure. Reason being it is probably the best deck in modern, damn. Sure, learn it, like just learn it. Infinity not a meme? It is not. So hard to understand the lands you have in play. That's fair. This is a fetch land. This is a survey land. This is a Boseiju. Hope that helps. It's not great to draw bounce lands, I don't know. It's less than 2 months enough if I don't play on MTGO. Well, enough. Like, if you were to just play every day for those 2 months, then for sure, you probably will also do other things with your time. But that also would apply to every deck, so... The best time to start learning is now. Yeah, like, The best time was yesterday. The next best time is now. The next best time is tomorrow. Hope that helps. Dumpling sphere. Sure. Let's hope my opponent doesn't have Metallic Rebuke. Okay, nice. So much bullshit on my opponent's side of the battlefield. It's gonna be hard to Scapeshift. Was not the best time 2 years ago. Why the hell yesterday? That's true. Makes sense. If you put it that way. They play Capichon. Yes, I was trying to play around Rebuke. Whoa, tapping Thermoscript. Okay. Very nice. Can't play the Kappa. Okay. Is that gonna help you play the Kappa? Bro. They're still trying. What are they doing? What happening? What is happening? Did they cast another one? Did they undo... What? Did they undo the legend rule? Can you do that? It's fucked up. Crazy. I had no idea you can undo that. Sounds weird that you can. Hopefully they tap their Tormod script again. If not, I can just kill it. I mean, now they won't have a reason to tap their Tormod script. Kappa finally getting cast. Hey, Kappa, Kappa, hey, Kappa, Kappa, hey. We should hit Tormod script with the first one. Doesn't matter much though. Can bounce the bridge, true, true. I can also create the Minstrel and combo. Well, I scoped after resolving Scapeshift last game, so the only sensible play is to continue playing because maybe I will fail again. You never know. If the face, please don't. I still go face. Hello, Havaios. Welcome to the Kani stream. I am happy to see you here. Co tam, mordziaty? Jak leci? I'll add a Ferdus member with an Emry deck. And cut Vexing Bauble on the draw, I think. It's a bit bad on the draw. Canister got 12 wins in Arena by following all this song's advice. Honestly, true. I started drafting cheaper cards and hitting face more often. Sometimes the urge to trade is strong, but your opponent is going to trade into your monsters as well on their turn, so you can just get the hit in face. I'll keep almost enough mana to pay the Ward cost on Cannoneer. Almost. To pay it 100 times. Lava Spore bots. Rocks. Be no breeding pool. Save life with 2 dismembers. Might be punished by draw dismembers. Preordains. Sprzątam mieszkania za 1,5 godzinki, jadę pograć z kolegami Duel Commandera. Ziomuś, ty to masz kurwa życie. I envy you. In some ways, but not in others. Like playing Duel Commander is not my jam. Ward 1, bro. Rocks. Maybe I play Sex this turn. Think so. Playing Dismember seems a bit too bad. They only have Mox Opal to replay and their graveyard is not so good. Hopefully they just equip the constructs. Dumpling Sphere, sure. It's fine. That's kind of fine. I do definitely need to dismember construct. Hit land, please. Boseiju, Growth Chamber. Emry living is a problem, but Dumping Sphere reduces Emry's value as well. Maybe I can hit Saga. How bad is that? Maybe it's not bad at all. Maybe it's the strat. The Emry doesn't draw cards yet. A bit rough to skip a land drop, but such is life. Would be great to draw a Force of Vigor this game sometime. Convert explores into free things. Emry recast Mox Opal with Dumping Sphere in play. Classic. Nice play, opponent. Gruul Turf. I had a Spelunking. I want to cast Spelunking. Discard Woodland. Seems good. Oh, okay. Insta pitch, like in 0.001 seconds. Capichon. That's good. Minstrel. Could also get Ouphe, but Ouphe seems like it doesn't win. They can cast the Mox, equip boots, but that doesn't seem to kill me. Another Emery, could tap the first one on the Mox, maybe first. With no artifacts, okay. Another Dumpling. Oh wow. It's interesting. Can be 2 Dumplings? No, maybe I can. When you say interesting, are you actually interested? I don't know. Enlighten me, streamer. Well, we'll see. But I mean, I think it's actually pretty easy. Because I get 2 legendary discounts. First, I hit Boseiju with my sex. That's the first step. But let's assume I don't. Then I get Otawara, Bounceland, Boseiju. And I don't know. Might be hard. Dumpling Sphere, so good. Wandering Minstrel, pretty good once again, honestly. I guess Minstrel and Dryad Arbor are pretty good with Scapeshift, but I just never got to experience that in smaller decks because it had to be that I had to cut either for the other. If I didn't top deck the Boseiju with Sex, I would have searched for mono bounce lands without Lotus Fields, and I would get Otawara, Bounceland, Otawara, and Boseiju. And then I think I would have enough mana to loop, but I'm not entirely sure at this moment. Ward 1 and Ward 4? That's too much. Canister wins the match, cool. No, not cool. Interesting. Interesting hand. I should mulligan. I think we can do better, yeah. This looks better. Took my Preordain. 2 people play Pioneer at all, not much. It's a little bit dead. What is going on? Hi. What do they mean my deck size? Always talking about your deck size? Yeah, I know. Blue black? No, Esper. Esper Rizzler. What if I Vexing Bauble and not Amulet now? Just all in on Saga. Sure. Seems hard for my opponent to beat the constructs, maybe. Blinds. Quantum Rizzler. Really? That's it? With black up? Bro, Quantum Riddler so far hasn't impressed me, I have to say. The Rizzler. Dzień dobry, Skin. They pick up Solitude with Vexing Bauble in play. Okay. It's lethal. Unless you push. Or jump. Both Overlord and Phantom Riddler? Why do they call it a Phantom Riddler? Was that a card? Phantom Riddler? No. So if they play Riddler, they likely play no Ketramos, no Relics, so maybe I should cut Colossus now. Guess consign. I think Minstrel looks kind of bad. But also, like, Minstrel looks bad, but then is actually useful commonly. Keep against a Thoughtseize deck. No, we both keep 7s, although should we? I mean, I have no lands, no amulets, so I shouldn't have kept that. Horrible hand. Once with Urza Saga immediately gets boarded out. Such is life. Sometimes you have to realize when you have reached your peak and it's time to go. Step down. Alright, I'll keep the Spelunking, but consign my Vexing Bauble. Let's fucking go. Turn 1 Grazer, turn 2 Miss Land Drop. Yeah, I know. They play Wish plus Meadow. You really like the Arena Grazer, perfect cardo. I like it as well, yeah. Although this game I wouldn't have the mana to channel it. It's 3 mana to channel, right? So it's not quite perfect. If the channel was 2 mana, then you could say it's perfect. What's the Arena Grazer? It's Kami of Bamboo Grooves. Green mana 1/1 Grazer, and then channel 3 mana, conjure 2 forests into your hand. I keep Colossus. Good, dead. Pierdolę, no. Not looking great. Actually punished by Dumpling. Alright, KG, you got me. My hand was actually pretty horrible and keeping it was a mistake. I sideboarded perfectly, so just drew badly and shouldn't have kept. Not interested. I get consign, whatever. It's actually pretty good to make them burn a consign on this. Well, yeah. No kill Minstrel, please. Plains. Flicker Wisp. Oh no. Minstrel is gonna be gone. Into the Ligma zone. They will call that a consign. I really wish I could fit 4 dismembers into my sideboard. That's one thing I feel short on right now. Just play one more main deck, you won't enjoy it anyways. I had 2 dismembers yesterday. First day, that is. Did not like it. I am not playing the showcase now. Which showcase gamer will you raid? We'll see. I could consign my Get Back Minstrel trigger. Oh, fuck off. Leave my stupid growth chamber alone. I concede. Giga bullied by Liquor with bullshit. Maybe client is playing something else nowadays. But I think they used to play. Okay, Domain Zoo. Well, I would prefer that. This hand is a little bit ass. You can press the mulligan button and get a better one. That was not true. We cannot get a better one. Maybe I can keep. No, I don't have a Preordain. Let's go to 5. This is too much trust put in Hedge Maze. Dobra łapa. No. Dostajesz bądź landa. Ta. I think the 77 card Titan deck in the link is actually wrong. Yeah, it is wrong. Time to win the challenge and shush the 80 card doubters. Well, I'm playing 77. Mirror for 12 wins, who would have guessed? Fair. When I played for 12 wins, I played against Hunter. If 77 performs better than 80, that's not good for Fat Titan. There is some logic to your logic, yeah, but I don't know. I'll say hi to make my opponent come to their PC. We could have been watching Zerk while waiting for the villain to click their mulligan button or not. Dawaj sweeperka. To wryło najpierw uderz, bo i tak musi być sweeper. Unless some other cards save you, but probably not. No i dupa. I guess with a 6/6 demon with Taunton Reborn, it was better to hit a minion. So that was what I was saying. Just 12 damage going face, so it's good. We'll trade. No trade. Oh, tempted to trade with the last one. No trade. Draw last, classic. Well, technically alive with the 8/8. Seems like that's going to be the only spot to cast the 8/8. Whoa. Going face. That's wild. Because if we traded, we would have survived this. Now we die. Hmm. Well, you've got another shot, Xerkuva, so... Gul'dan's killed by Gul'dan's gift. Drafting an arena deck? Why does it say drafting? Was there not an extra game? Also, opponent still hasn't showed up. 5 kart zmieniam, dobra. I see. Pack opening. Sure. Typhoon. Each minion gets shuffled into a random player stack. Sure. Gul'dan. Gul'dan epic. This is like opening a legendary, basically. A shitty one. Kurwa, klient, no co, nie pokazałeś się? Will my opponent come to play their top 8, or do you think they just left the PC assuming they did not top 8? Because they got in there at 4-2, so they just assumed it's over when they went 4-2 and they just went too little. There's a typhoon in Brazil, so he might get this DC'd. What are the tiebreakers? Yeah, I mean 0, 0.0. They got too sleepy, snoozing on their computer chair with a comical snot bubble on their nose. I see. Whoa, if this hand doesn't win, then I don't know what hand wins. Turn 2, Baritone Imp. Oh, opponent just playing some like random bullshit. Baritone Imp into Razidrik, into Shadow Flame Stalker, into base demons. Into, I guess, 2 conductors over the Stalker, maybe even. Four mana 7/7, let's fucking go. What the hell, you're at 11 wins already? We are spectating Rozak, who is Zerg. Holy shit, opponent just paid 3 mana to kill the 4 mana 7/7, that's it? That's an issue. Siphon Soul for 6 mana, that was crazy times. Holy shit, that's a big queen. Or an elusive match on next turn. Why did you do that? Not a stalker? What? I guess. They have 2 secrets. It's quests, not secrets. Chart, we won the quarterfinals. And it's bad, I'll keep the Minstrel if it was any other card. Would be nice. Last seen deck 3 days ago, Woob. Just Rizzler. I'm just putting a lot of trust in this Verdant Catacombs. I play Swamp. Ha, my spells are shit, bro. Baited. Took Minstrel. Survel Bug? Why Survel when the same card on top? Well, yeah. They have Flicker Wisp, it's all over. They have Witchbless Meadow and Flicker Wisp, then I'm kinda holy fucking shit. I actually lose Giga badly now. We move to 5. I probably move to a hand that beats Amulet. Yeah. Vexing Bauble seemed like a scam. You wanted to lose, I guess. Yeah, I guess I did say that. It's kind of crazy how good Flicker Wisp is against Amulet. For a 10,000 years old card, you would not think it's so great. You would not think it's gonna be so great, but then it just is. I'll keep. Amulet redundancy is okay. Please take Minstrel. Holy shit, they did. Pro fell for my trick, for my suggestion. I don't mind. Don't want to waste a Preordain then. Flicker Wisp gone. Took my Scapeshift, understandably. Seems like they just didn't have the third land for Flicker Wisp. So now I draw Bounce Land. Probably should explore first, frankly. Fetch Flicker Wisp? It's insane, I know. Yeah, I definitely should explore first, and I guess. Sure. Nice Preordain. Oh. Hmm. Did I forget to cut Grazers? I think so. To get the Silver Land sounds weaker. EOT? Are we ephemerating? Okay. Now I have no TOS in my deck. That's a bit awkward. Good draw. Well, it seems like they wanted the Solitude in play to gain life back. And maybe if they had failure already. I don't know. We seem the sixth. They can consign the Solitude trigger plus Titan trigger. That would be a nice play, yeah. I mean, I make a second Titan and I hold up two Otawaras. That's definitely enough to not lose to whatever my opponent can do, so. Yeah, there shouldn't be 4 Grazers in my deck, so I guess I have to like have one. Because Grazer is actually really bad in the matchup. The extra dismembers would help curve-wise. But I wouldn't be able to assemble the Analyst loop. What a bad hand. Mulligan! As they say. For real though, maybe. Mulligan seems like a better idea. This is like the same hand, but better. Put back maybe Boseiju? Probably be Forest. Probably Forest. We're both on 6. Okay, Fort Sizer. Bluffing wins is how Titan goes from 50% win rate to 85%. I think my personal win rate is closer to 50 than it is to 85%, frankly. Hey, it's your 1-year-old niece. I'm currently waiting to get my stroller. In fact, if you keep playing, I'll have to walk all the way to your place to bring you home. To bring me home. No. Like, there has been some confusion. It's a toy stroller, which is going to be a toy that the kid is going to be using to play. High Noon? That's a stupid card to bring. It is not going to be a stroller used to carry the baby in. Can you write in the chat, I win from here? No! Flicker Wisp. Chat, Flicker Wisp is so strong. Maybe they'll blink the Overlord though. Which also is tough, but it's crazy how good Flicker Wisp is. But also High Noon, really? Okay, I guess gives me some play. One hit the Rizzler. Dobra. I'm hitting the Overlord now. Is the Riddler good in like normal matchups, or what's the deal here? Because it looks so bad. Print Flicker Wisp 2. Could argue that Felia is Flicker Wisp 2. Flicker Wisp MH, but its wings disturb more than ever. They also disturb you because they are kinda spooky. Probably would have boarded it out against a combo deck. Well, they kept it. They have one in hand right now. 8 life, holy shit, what happened? Maybe they have Ephemerate for the Rizzler. But that means they don't Ephemerate the Flicker Wisp to get Witch Blessed Meadow. O ty skurwysynu, no. They're too smart. Wait, mana gone? Don't not cast the Riddler? Crazy. You know what would be good in those games? Stock up. You're slow enough that you can stock up. And like this turn I cast stock up and then I win next turn, easy. What about Bees Within? What about it? I summon Rizzler. I pay 2 mana to draw a card. They actually did. Respect the cat MTG, thank you very much for a raid. Welcome, viewers. I take that your adventure has ended. Bro, opponent's so lucky to mill High Noons and not draw them. By the way. Giga lucky. I can draw Spelunking into Scapeshift. I cannot draw shit. Alright, I didn't even have to try too hard, I just lost. GG, I was the high noon. We had a chance. We stood a chance if opponent drew the high noon and played it, but unfortunately, I did not. One thing with the 75,000 cards deck is that it's harder to board cards out, so if I want to remove Saga and Grazer because they're pretty bad in the matchup, I have a hard time fitting enough cards in the sideboard to do that. One way to approach that would be to skip Fire Magics and give up the Boros Energy matchup, which we played 0 times today, so